I solved my amp problem, and now we will solve the power supply to the amp.
So now we're going to power our amp with a ATX power supply and our 2 farad capacitor, and we're going to put some 1.1 gigawatts of power. And so I got to make sure I have my safety glasses on, and we got to make sure it's off, and we're going to hook it up. Jolt. With all jokes aside, I have my used ATX power supply. Hook it up to our 2 farad capacitor. So what I got here is, what you have to do here is, this is for the display to show you the volts that's actually in there. So this hooks up to like the key switch on the positive, your key switch to start it, and turn on the remote amp so it has a signal. And so this is what for the display, and I want the display. We got that, which we have to hook up. So I have a connector here, and what we're going to do is we're going to just take this insulation off, and I actually prefer soldering. So I'm going to take the time and solder, because I don't know if you've used these before, but these connectors are not that secure, so I rather solder and make it really secure. And then this plus or minus, and then this goes to the amp. So that's going to go to the 600 watt amp, which is plenty of power for me because my 2 house subs are only 200 watts. So, and my amp, I can go ahead and have it just 1 channel, and that's what I want, because your 5.1 surround sound only has 1 channel for the sub. So that's what we're going to do, and it's just going to be so awesome. Down here in my workshop, man cave, Jerry's man cave. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. What I'm gonna do is the PCI Express for the video card. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and cut the wires, and we're gonna make our own terminals. So we're gonna go ahead and have this as our display, positive, and we're gonna put this wire up here to the display, and which is a positive. And so we're going to go ahead and cut this, and we're going to trim the insulation off. Just like that. Now it's always a good idea. A lot of the power supplies that I've dealt with over the many years is yellow is usually positive 12 volts, and then the black is ground, and the red is 5 volts. I don't know about the new ones, but I've been doing it for a long time, and usually that's how it works. But just to be on the safe side, we got our multimeter here, and we're going to put it on 20 volts, and we're going to make sure that it's the right voltage. Make sure we got our polarity right. Make sure this is right. So we just take a negative here. So that's right. You can use a smaller wattage, but for this kind of stuff, I'm not dealing with circuit boards or anything like that. Just a little wire, some wires and stuff like that. I use a higher end soldering gun, so it's a little bit faster. just like that. So now all we have to do is connect this up for our display. With a 450 watt total power supply, this is really good for my use case. I've used it before, unless I turn the volume really high or there's a lot of bass, overload protection will still go off. I had it without this and yeah, the power supply wasn't enough. Now what we have to do is we're going to take our PCI Express and we're going to take our positive and all of our negative, and so we want to go ahead and cut this, and we're going to just worry about one at a time here, and then we're going to strip our wires. Yeah, my 180 watt soldering gun is good for big jobs. Never tried to solder with a smaller wattage soldering gun. It takes forever and sometimes you can't even heat it up right. There we go. Get rid of this and connect this. So done. We're going to solder these wires here for plus and minus for the capacitor. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, the original for Windows 98, and we got the surround sound blaster live. Quick install. All done.
You're lucky I'm in a good mood. I'm giving you a warning, but I'll be watching for you.
Wow, this sounds so much better than back in 1998 with the EX and Dolby Surround with digital output from the Sound Blaster live sound card. Brought so many memories back in the day. Yeah, after shooting this, I was playing for a few hours afterwards. Well, that's it for this show. Hope you like it, and thanks for watching.